It's been quite a journey as one of the founding members of Foot Learning Movement. Hi, my name is Greg Green, and what's unique about my journey is I first used it as a coach teaching baseball, and then as a principal reinventing our school. What's been really fantastic, I've met so many wonderful people in my 10-year journey. They started back in 2010. From global leaders to teachers to students and even parents. We've had the wonderful experience of speaking and leading in 5 continents, and our story at our school has been shared over and over with the world. It's really such an honor to share lessons learned today. We've learned so much not only about rearranging the classroom procedures, but also how we think, act, and even about ourselves. What I really want everyone to know is that it can truly start with them. Many have asked, why tell your story now? Well, honestly, our story's been told by everyone else, but not by us. As a school leader, I think we have a great story to share. We have been frustrated sitting in the seat and felt like we lacked control based on the decisions that were made around us. You see, we weren't at risk. We were a school that treated at-risk students. And we want everyone to understand that in at-risk schools like ours, lots and lots of good things happen every single day. Yet, we do not get the credit that we deserve in treating students who come from at-risk backgrounds. Our frustration didn't come from the lack of trying, that's for sure. It was really our lack of understanding of not aligning ourselves to an actual student that we had in front of us. But it was our capacity and willingness to accept change and align the work that made us better and more efficient organization. You see, we looked at business, and business aligns their services to their customer's profile. What we needed to do as a school is we needed to look at our student profile and align our daily routines and our services to their profile as well. In our video today, we want to clearly define what FLIP is. There's so many definitions that people use in defining it. We want to really give you the real reason why we flipped and how we flipped so successfully at our school today. I think a lot of people misunderstand what the FLIP is. FLIP is not a technology plan. There's technology that's sometimes involved in changing your routines, but it's not a tech plan. You know, tech companies jumped on board promoting the FLIP because they found a way to increase their own ability to simply sell product. You know, after all, what's more exciting? Talking about the latest and greatest technology or the research-based practices? The foundation of the FLIP classroom in the school is built on the research that students need to be actively involved and fully supported in their learning process. Rearranging our practices to meet our students' profile was critical in aligning ourselves properly so that we can make proper progress. Classrooms have simply evolved. You know, we did develop students for an industrial age, but the students for sitting and getting have changed and evolved into now a more process-driven classroom. You know, we have new companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, who are integrated into our daily lives, and they want to know the how and the why based on their businesses and services. And those businesses and services influence other companies as well. You know, so what's most important is that we understand that times have changed. The shift of what we need our students to be able to do to survive in a new marketplace has changed. And so we simply want to align ourselves not only to our students' needs, immediate needs, but their future needs. That they need to be really good at the how and the why. So our focus in the classroom has shifted away from information to now more processing. So we're developing a more process-based classroom. Our change process actually started with us asking students. You know, traditionally, like any other school, we had students take homework home. And we were frustrated that they weren't doing the homework. You know, we spent hours and hours and hours prepping and planning for the day, sharing information with students. And we oftentimes felt insulted when students didn't do the homework. However, when we started asking them and engaging them in the conversation of why aren't you doing the homework, we began to understand why that wasn't possible for them. We began to understand that they most often didn't have a place in which they had the supports necessary to do the homework itself. It's not that they didn't want to. Their circumstances didn't allow it. Processing often takes expert support, aligned technologies, even spaces that are aligned to the process, and opportunities to work with others who are experiencing the same thing. That's what they needed in order to process the work successfully. However, when they went home, whether it's from a great neighborhood or a neighborhood that was sometimes void of all resources, they didn't have the support necessary for them to be successful. We began to ask ourselves, what's the most important part of the things that we can actually control? We began to understand that, the classrooms had began to shift away from information and more into the processing sector. So what we began to do is ask ourselves, can we actually share information with them for them to review? Can we even do it on video so that we can share it among ourselves? But the most important piece is right there in the classroom. With the teacher, with the aligned technologies that the schools buy, with the spaces in which we design, and also the peers in which are going through the same process itself, so that we can learn together. And once we made that switch, once we made that change, we finally leveled the playing field for all our students. So all our students are learning in a great environment, and they don't have to worry about dealing with the factors once they leave our classroom.